Matt here from howtomotorcyclerepair.com, and in this video we're going to be checking out this new, to me, ultrasonic cleaner, which is much larger than the one you may have seen in previous videos. So this is made by Vevor, and I want to thank them for sending me this unit to test out, so huge thanks to them for that. This is their 30-liter model. It's the largest model that they make and the largest model that you typically see like on Amazon or whatever. So I've been wanting one of these for a while because you can take a whole inline 4 bank of carbs and just set them in here and clean it and just walk away. Up until now, my old one can handle a single carb, maybe dual if you flip it, so it takes twice as long. So anyway, this thing is huge and we're gonna check it out, and I'll also leave a link in the video description. So if you want to buy one, you can check it out. These things have really come down in price. I mean, 10 years ago, there weren't many on the market. They were like $2,000. Then 5 years ago, they were like $600. Now this one's floating a little over $200. So that's a pretty good price point for what you get. It does the work for you. All right, let's start with the most important thing. And this is the tank here. You got the basket. Let's measure its size. All right, so the basket at the bottom, worst case, is 17 inches. And up here without the basket, you never want any object actually touching the tank. You want it in the basket a little bit away from the walls, but it gets up to about a little over 18 inches up top here. If we go widthwise, let's see here, we're a little over 9 inches, maybe 9 1/4, and up here 10 1/2 or so. And then it looks like to the basket, it's 5 inches deep, but to the lid, it's about 7 1/2. So that can fit some large parts. So here's exactly why I wanted one of these. Boom. Throw in a rack of 4, turn it on, walk away, and it does all the hard work for you. So there's tons of room around here. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting one of these for a while. Okay, here's the front panel. As you can see, this has knobs. It's an analog version, I guess you want to call it. They also make a digital panel version. I just opted for this one. To me, it's simpler, easier, whatever. So the knob here controls the heat. So heat and ultrasonic, those two combined, the heat and the chemical is really what strips and degreases, and then you get the ultrasonic for a little more effect. Right, so probably around 60 C, I think that's around 130, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what I find to be pretty dang good for the cleaner that I use. And then you got a timer, so 0 to 30 minutes. And you can hear it ticking like an old school timer. And then when it's done, ding. So pretty simple, 2 knobs, right? Heat and timer for the ultrasonic. And then over here, it says you need to fill it at least 2/3 of liquid, and that's true for all ultrasonics, so you definitely want, some fluid in there. Okay, on the side here, it looks like it comes with a ball valve to drain it. So that's pretty nice because this holds a lot more than a smaller one, so you're actually gonna need to drain it off into a bucket or something. Okay, on the back side, there's just a power cord port, on off switch, so we'll just go ahead and plug this in, and then we'll fill it with water and start heating it. Regular old tap water works just fine. So I'm probably going to fill it to this line here that, the water does evaporate over time, and as you add objects, the water level will rise, and that meets the 2/3 minimum. So we'll just fill it up to there. Okay, let's just wait for that water to warm up. We'll add our solution, put in a dirty part. While we're waiting for it to heat up, check this out. So here's my old one. This thing still works fine, and I can use it for smaller jobs or whatever, or get 2 of them going at the same time, but it's, this one is substantially bigger and can fit more stuff in there. So that's awesome, because you can only dunk 1 carb in here, and if you have a dual carb, you're gonna have to flip it, so it takes twice as long to get the job done. Okay, so it took about 3 hours to bring it up to 140 degrees, which is kind of long in my opinion. From 60 to 100, it took an hour, and then and so forth. Actually, it looks like it's climbing to 100. It's actually, whoa, it's like at 160 degrees. All right, so I got this thing a little too hot, but that's all right. I really never check the temperature. I'm doing it for this video, but I pretty much heat up my tank to where it's steaming a little bit, and that seems to cut the grease the best. So it's definitely hot enough. Let me show you what fluid I use, and maybe in some future videos we'll be doing some testing on what solvent or chemical works, you know, the best, or what's the best value, right? Okay, so this is the stuff I use. It's called SharperTech SC20 Carburetor Cleaner Degreaser. It's $70 a gallon, so it is expensive. However, you only need 4 to 8 ounces per gallon. Okay, so my old unit here, which is a SharperTech, I bought for $100 on eBay, you know, years ago. That only takes 4 to 6 ounces, you know, maybe 8 ounces total to load it, right? Now, this is a 7-gallon or so ultrasonic. I got to convert the liters to gallons, but anyway, it's going to be using a lot more chemical, right? So I'm only going to go to 4 ounces on the light side of the spec here. So we'll load it up. And like I said, in the future, I would like to do some testing. I've been wanting to try other cleaners, degreasers, you know, maybe like the Simple Green Pro stuff, the purple stuff, not the green stuff, the aerospace stuff, just because it's cheaper. It's, you know, $20 a gallon. So this is super expensive. I've had really good luck with this, but I've always wondered if there's something else that would work just as well. But anyway, we're gonna use this in this video. So I'll put, let me calculate how much we need and go from there. All right, let's get a good look at the carburetors. These aren't too bad, actually. There's definitely, you know, greasy residue stuff, so the ultrasonic will take care of that, no problem. In here, it seems like there's, you know, that gunk from just running it or whatever. There's a little bit of varnish on here, so we'll see how that does against the varnish. Varnish is hard to remove. It's sticky, icky stuff, and I can just smell it, man. The float bowls look pretty clean, so I'm not even gonna dunk those. I'm just gonna dunk the whole assembly. Yes, these need to be all taken apart and whatnot, but you know, just for purposes of this video, I'm just gonna dunk the whole dang thing and see what we get. So here's a look in the throats of the carb. You can see that they're pretty black, just gunked up. The brass is all dirty and whatnot. So, you know, that's a look at them. So anyway, that's the before. Let's go ahead and throw them in and see what happens. Okay, this is almost 8 gallons, so that I'm gonna need 32 ounces of fluid. There's 16. 32. Could take the basket out, or I can just do this with my gloves. By the way, I'll put a link for these gloves in the video description. I use it for my solvent tank and then ultrasonic. They seem to last a few years before the chemicals start to attack it, but they're, you know, they got cloth in there and whatnot, so they're nice. You got a little bug in here or something. All right, so let's do this for 30 minutes and we'll see what happens. A bunch of bubbles forming. Alrighty, it's been 30 minutes. Let's pull these guys out. Definitely wear gloves because they're hot. Always do that to your lid, and you can see just how nasty this water got just after just 30 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I could tell already. I mean, look at that brass, and then everything in there is much cleaner. So yeah, let's take this back to the workbench and take a look. All right, right off the bat, and these things are still smoking hot because it's been in the water. Right off the bat, you can see the brass is much brighter, so any varnish on there just kind of melted off. In here, this was all black, remember? And there's still a little bit, so you know, you could dip it again or whatever. These guys here, notice how anything remaining has been it's loose now. So I mean, you can like scrub this with a little brush or whatever and it'll come off. Sometimes I use a little toothbrush or whatever. Or you can just put it in. Again, I would put it in at a different orientation. This here, let's see. So yeah, this is all loose. You know, it's not going to get everything. It's only been half an hour. You can dunk it again. So you definitely need to, you have to agitate it a little bit, okay? I mean, they're still dirty. Definitely dirty. And, you know, ultrasonic is great. I mean, I love it. However, it's not, you know, it's not the only process I use for cleaning carbs. There's soda blast, vapor blast, mechanical agitation with something. But ultrasonic is great because look how much it did in half an hour. I just walked away from it and it just freaking cleans them up. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. This thing works just as good as this one, I would say. It's a little slow to heat up. Plan for 3 hours ahead of any cleaning. And in the winter, you know, right now it's summertime, it's 70 degrees in my garage. In the winter, plan on 4 hours for warming this thing up. I read through some of the reviews. Some guys have preheated the water on their stove, like in a kettle, and poured it in there. Given how expensive my solution is, that's not going to work. So I'm just going to have to plan 3-4 hours in advance of heating before cleaning. So not a huge deal, but this one warms up a lot quicker, but it also is a lot smaller. And what it might be is this thing is 600 watts ultrasonic power and 800 watts heating. So you're 1400 watts. You're reaching the capacity of a 15 amp household circuit. So maybe that's why the heater needed to be what it is. Not sure. But anyway, I love that it's bigger and I can just put in larger parts. So it's a nice addition. I'm not going to get rid of this one. You know, sometimes you need more than one. So both of them are awesome. So anyway, the link is in the video description below. Check it out. They have different sizes. You can get one this small if you want. They have really come down in price. And let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Do you want to see a comparison between some super expensive solution versus, like, say, Simple Green or something? I don't think I want to do 4, 5, 6, 7 different chemicals, maybe 1 or 2, just to compare. I'm curious myself. Also, if you want to learn how to clean your carb or do any motorcycle maintenance, Cody and I have a free course. That link is up here and in the video description. 30, 40 free motorcycle maintenance videos right to your inbox. It's super helpful to help you guys get your bike on the road. There's beginner and intermediate stuff in there. And there's carb cleans, and we use ultrasonic in those videos, so check them out. All right, see you in the next video.